this exhaust definitely adds to that torque with an extra 14 pounds of torque, and it sounds so good. Sounds just a little bit different, right, than it did before. I wonder why. That's because I have this new AWE C8 Z06 SwitchPath cab back exhaust. And it sounds so good. Gonna do a little canyon drive right now. You know, nothing too crazy, just a nice little drive, you know, up the canyons, just to kind of hear what this exhaust sounds like and feel the performance throughout this lovely, lovely drive on this nice open road. Got some switchbacks here. It's funny that we're talking about SwitchPath. There's a lot of SwitchPaths here, which are switchbacks. Little hairpin turns here. Some stops and starts. You know, little things, nothing too crazy. Just so you can hear the whole range. The whole range of this exhaust. It sounds so incredible. I'm so happy I went with it. I'm gonna do some downshifts for you as well, just so you can hear that. It'll be nice to kind of hear that echo off of the off the side of these hills to the canyon. That's why I like driving through here, because you can really hear the sound. Nice little dip right there. We're not gonna be going crazy fast, you know, no 100-mile-per-hour flybys or anything like that. Just cool, you know, little acceleration spurts and, you know, going around some corners. Nothing too wild. Second and third gear basically the whole time. Barely third gear, honestly. And a nice, beautiful drive. Nice, beautiful drive. So some of the stats, you know, and you know, one of the reasons why you'll want to get this exhaust. So the cool thing that AWE did when they built this was they made sure that there was weight savings, and there's really good weight savings with this exhaust kit. I believe you save just about 15 pounds from the stock exhaust, because they're not using all the same parts that the stock exhaust use. They're not all that extra stuff that they make you have from the factory. They don't need all that, so they didn't do it. So then you end up saving 15 pounds, which is actually a pretty significant weight loss. When you're looking at people who are, you know, turning their cars into race cars, I'm not saying I'm turning this into a race car, but when people are, you know, going tracking and stuff, they're trying to save every little bit of weight possible. Imagine just doing an exhaust change and saving 15 pounds. I mean, that is huge exhaust loss in weight just from exhaust. I mean, that's you don't get that anywhere else. And then to top it off too, not only are you saving weight, but you're also adding horsepower too. About 11 horsepower gain with a 14 foot-pounds of torque gain as well. And that torque is really what you feel. And I definitely feel the difference with the torque. Torque is what you're gonna feel, especially going up and down like canyons like this, and when you're on track, you know, when you're accelerating, you know, out of the corners, that's that torque. That's what you really want. You want something like that to kind of take you out of the corner and accelerate you and launch you to the next. And having a good torque range will really, really help that out. And this exhaust definitely adds to that torque with an extra 14 foot-pounds of torque and an extra 11 horsepower added to this car once again. And that's without tuning. That's without tuning it. Imagine once like tuning comes out and folks decide to start tuning these cars. It's going to be pretty crazy. It's going to be really, really crazy. And I'm looking forward to that. The exhaust also looks better. It looks better than the stock exhaust. If you take the opportunity to look at the stock exhaust, it's kind of ugly. Now, obviously, you know, from the factory, they got to do a lot of different things to be compliant. for what it is not bad, but it definitely doesn't look as good as this AWE exhaust. So now you have a nice little eyepiece, something to look at, a little bit of candy now on the back side of your car, and you can actually see it through the vents. You know, it's not like hidden. I didn't even know what my stock exhaust looked like prior because it looks so hidden, which is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all, but with this new exhaust, you can actually show it off. People know, like you can, from behind the car, you know that that's not stock exhaust. You definitely know, and you definitely hear it as you can hear it as I'm going up and down this canyon here. Man, every sound this thing makes, it's incredible. I'm park throttle right now, by the way. I'm not even like wide open. Park throttle acceleration. This is like 50% down. 50%. I'm not even putting it all the way down. I'm not even going wide open. That's the crazy part. Although it seems like I'm going fast, I'm really not going fast at all. But it sounds good, and that's what I want you to hear. I want you to hear what this exhaust sounds like at normal street speeds. Now, when I do some track testing, you're really going to hear this thing wind up and really, really hear it just kind of let its hair down and really, truly, you know, you'll be able to truly get the full range of this exhaust. Coming up on a little bit of traffic here. Now you hear what this thing sounds like at really low speeds. Just cruising along, second gear right now. You can hear it's not bad. I'm in second, by the way. I can put it in third. I'll put it in fourth. It's really calm in fourth right here at this point right here. You don't barely hear it at all. I mean, at least in the car, I don't hear it. Now on the outside, you might hear it a little bit, but really not that much. Go down to second gear again. So now I'm in second gear because once again, we're going pretty slow. So I gotta, you know, make sure this thing goes up. Oh, thank you so much, Mr. Fellow, for letting me by. Now I'm in third gear going, you know, normal street speeds right here. Third gear is not too bad. And once again, I got everything opened up. I don't have it in its quiet mode. I haven't even really tried or messed with that yet because I love listening to this exhaust. So who wants to be in quiet mode? Why would you get exhaust? It should be quiet once you're pulling in and out of the garage. But who wants to hear that? You clicked on this video to hear this thing scream, right? So since you clicked on it to, you know, hear it scream, let's let it scream. Too, by the way, and even with this higher elevation, and we're like 5,000 feet up. Even with that, I mean, it still powers out really well out of the corner. I don't feel like I'm losing that much power. I mean, obviously, you are still going to lose power going in these higher elevation changes, but it's not bad. It's actually not bad at all. Dirt on this road. Not sure where that came from. I'm glad I'm not driving it at night. But speaking of night, I would love to come back here at night so you can see what kind of flames this thing shoots out from the rear. Every time I come up here, I always usually come up during sunset. So on my way down, I can see the flames coming out, you know, because it's like nighttime by that time. And when you see those flames, they're like nice and blue and big with the stock exhaust. So I'm curious what it is now with the not so stock exhaust, this AWE tuning C8 Z06 SwitchPath exhaust. Incredible kit, super happy they made it. Man, I can't wait to go onto the track with this thing. I can't wait to do some more fun drives with this. Track driving, drag strip, you name it, I'm gonna be all over with this. It's really testing it out, seeing what it does, and see what kind of performance improvements this makes for my car. That is the end of this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. It's been super fun. And yeah, next video, I'll probably be going downhill. Thanks.